Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Let's continue with Tasheel Nahwa, page 9, section 1.4.3. Aqsamul Murakkab al-Naqis, types of phrases or incomplete sentences. There are 5 types of phrases, or phrases are basically incomplete sentences. Otherwise, it would be Jumlatul Mufid versus Jumlatul Ghayr Mufid. Ghayr Mufid are the phrases or the Murakkab. So the first type is Murakkab Tawsifi, descriptive phrases. It is a phrase in which one word describes the other. The describing word is called sifa, and the object that is being described is called mawsuf. So these are the two key terms you got to memorize, and you're going to come across these a lot. The mawsuf and the sifa must correspond in 4 things. Number 1, i'rab, the ending of the words. If it ends in dhamma or fatha or kasra, both of them must end at the same type, same i'rab. Gender, masculine or feminine. Number, if it's singular, dual, plural, they must also match. And ma'rifa and nakira, if the mawsuf is known, sifa is also known. Okay, let's look at these 2 examples. First one is rajulun salihun. Number 1, i'rab matches. Rajulun has a dhamma and salihun also has dhamma, so they match. Number 2, gender, masculine, feminine. So the rajulun is muzakkar, masculine, so is salihun, that's also muzakkar. Number 3, number, rajulun is singular, wahid, and salihun is also singular, as opposed to rajulani would be salihani, or rijalun would be salihuna. And then ma'rifa, so rajulun is nakila, it could be any man. It's misspelled here, but anyway, salihun is also, it could be any righteous man. And let's go to the next example. Al bintul aqilatu. Al bintu al aqilatu. So number 1, i'rab matches. Al bintu has dhamma and aqilatu has dhamma also. Number 2, gender, al aqilatu, al bintu, that's a feminine muannas. Al aqilatu, that's also a muannas. The mawsuf is muannas and sifa is also muannas. Number, singular, al bintu is singular, one girl, and aqilatu is one wise girl. The sifa is also singular. Ma'rifa and nakira, al bintu, the girl, so the girl is known, it's a specific girl that the writer is talking about. And aqilatu is also the sifa is also referring to the mawsuf, and it's also ma'rifa because of having the alif lam, so they work. Next, number 2, the second type of murakkab al-naqis, it's possessive phrase. Something, possession is to have ownership, something you own or someone else owns. It is a phrase in which the first word would be mudaf, is attributed to the second word, mudaf ilay. In some cases this means that the second word owns or possesses the first word, so try to remember this. In some cases actually the second word owns the first word. Anyway, let's get into the example. The mudaf never gets an alif lam or tanween. Mudaf ilay is always majroor. Okay, so let's take some examples and it'll be clear. Kitabu zaidin. So now if we had kitabun, it means one book. This is mudaf. It says that mudaf, the thing that is possessed. So kitabu is possessed by Zaid, so it is something that's owned. So that can never have alif lam or tanween, so it can never be kitabun zaidin, it can never be al kitabu zaidin. That's what it's saying. Mudaf can never have alif lam or tanween. And mudaf ilay is always majroor. Harf jar, basically that's what it is. It's majroor. It's always going to have kasra or the properties of kasra, although you can't really see the kasra all the time. If it would be kitabu Musa, there wouldn't be any kasra in that, but it'll be hidden. Anyway, we'll get to that inshallah soon. So kitabu zaidin, mudaf is kitabu, and because it's possessed, it's owned, one of the tanweens is dropped off. So it's kitabu zaidin, and the ending is mudaf ilay and it's majroor, and zaid can change its i'rab to zaidin, zaidan, zaidun. So it's gonna accept the i'rab, and the majroor, it's gonna be majroor and it will be zaidin. The i'rab of the mudaf will be according to the amil governing it. For example, if there was something before the mudaf, right here, I found Zaid's book. Wajadtu, it's واحد متكلم. So wajadtu, I found, kitaba. So it is acting as a maf'ul. So I found what? I found the book. But book of what? Book of who? Kitaba Zaidin. Now in this case, if we lengthen it, then it will be mudaf ilay on its own. It will be called maf'ul bihi. And there are other types of maf'ul. We're gonna get into that inshallah in the future. So this thing is fa'il ma'a fa'ilihi. Actually it's fi'l ma'a fa'ilihi. So it's fi'l because it's a verb, and wajadtu, and I am the fa'il. So again, wajadtu kitaba zaidin. If it was just kitabu zaidin, if it just Zaid's book, then it would be kitabu. But then since I found it, and I am the fa'il, I need a maf'ul to complete the sentence. Then it will be wajadtu kitaba zaidin. Again, the zaidin part, mudaf ilay part, is still majroor. So it's saying that mudaf will be the i'rab of the mudaf does not necessarily depend on the mudaf ilay, but it depends on the amil that comes before it. Okay. Next, notes. Sometimes many mudaf ilay are found in one single phrase. For example, babu binti, the door of the man's house. Now this is, try to understand these two examples or these three examples. They are really helpful to figure out all the mudaf type of the murakkab. Babu baiti. So now these two, babu, this is a mudaf, it's owned, mudaf ilay. So if we just take this two part, babu baiti, they could also be made sense, but it says babu baiti rajuli. So these two independently would be babul baiti. It would be the let's say it could be babu baitin or babu al baiti. So in both cases, babu part is the door, is mudaf, and this baitin or baitun is the mudaf ilay. So if you say babu baitin, it would be the door of a house, or babul baiti, door of the house. And we want to extend it. So if you say babu baiti, now this part, bait, house, is also owned by who? This man. So it could be it is babu baitir rajuli. So the door of the man's house, the door of the man's house. So again, this is the second part. Now if you look at the second part, that becomes a mudaf of the third part, mudaf ilay. So this is acting, the middle part, the bait, is also acting as two things, mudaf and mudaf ilay. If a sifa of the mudaf is brought, it should come immediately after the mudaf ilay with an alif lam, and should have the same i'rab as that of the mudaf. So if the sifa of the bab, the door, comes, it should come here right after this part of the mudaf ilay. Actually, there's no example of this scenario. There's an example here. It says babul baiti, so the al jadidu. So now, how do you know this al jadidu is referring to the door or the house? You're going to look at the i'rab. This i'rab is dhamma, and this is dhamma, so it's describing this door. So the new door of the house, right here, the new door of the house. Next, if sifa of a mudaf ilay is brought, it should come immediately after the mudaf ilay, and should correspond to mudaf ilay in its four aspects as mentioned earlier: the i'rab, the gender, singular, singular, plural, dual, and what's the other one? Ma'rifa nakira. So let's look at this example. Babu baitil jadidi. So now here, al jadidi. How do you know if this jadid, the new part, is describing the door or the house? Look at the Arab. So these two matches. So this is a description of the house, not the door. So the new, so the door of the new house. So that's it. In this case, this is the mudaf. This, both of them becomes mudaf ilayh, and you can further break that into mawsuf and sifa, because on top this was the sifa, and this was the mawsuf, sifa of the mudaf actually. So that's also mawsuf. So that was the third example. But what if we had this? If we had this was what I was talking about, the door of the man's house. What if we had that new door of the man's house? I'm not exactly sure, but according to this rule, so the new door will be babu. So it could either be babu baitil, actually, yeah, it will still be like that. Babu baitil rajulil jadidu. So like this, it would come here. So babu baitil rajulil jadidu. Or if it was describing the mudaf ilayh, if you're describing the bait, then it'll be babu baitil rajuli al jadidi. So it'll be the door of the man, the door of the man's new house. Again, let's not worry about that right now. Maybe you will come across more complicated sentence structures later on. But for now, just try to remember that if there's a sifa of the mudaf, it will come at the end of the mudaf ilayh, and the Arab should match. And if the sifa of the mudaf ilayh comes, then it will also come after the mudaf ilayh, and the Arab and the four aspects of them should also match. The ma'rifa, nakira, singularity, and all of that. Third type of murakkab, it's murakkabe ishari, demonstrative phrase to point at something. Hada, this, that, those, these. It is a phrase in which one noun points towards another noun. So the mushara ilay, the object or the thing that is being pointed toward, must have alif lam. So hada, so that's another important rule to remember. So if you are pointing to something, it must have alif lam, meaning if you are pointing to something, then it is known. You know what you're pointing to. It is very specific. It is ma'rifa, it is known. That's why it should have alif lam. This man, hada rajulu. So this is ismul ishara, hada is ismul ishara, and ar-rajulu is musharu ilayh. This is the object or the thing that is the ismul ishara. Hada is pointing to this man. Again, this is not a complete sentence, that's why it's this man. If you were to say in the next example, that it would still be correct if you say hada rajulun, but then it becomes a complete sentence, and it doesn't really have any, it's also ismul ishara, but it becomes mubtada and khabar, jumlatul ismiya. So it's a complete sentence. So we're not going after a complete sentence. We're looking for we're learning the incomplete sentence of the phrases. So that's murakkab naqis. I'm sorry. That's so that's murakkab ishari. Number 4. For me, this has been the most critical or the hardest. For me, this has been the most critical or the most confusing part. Numbers. I am still struggling at it. Al-murakkab al-binai or al-murakkab adadi, numerical phrases. It is a phrase in which two numerals are joined to form a single word. Harf. A harf originally linked the two. So ahad ashara, 11. It was originally ahadun wa asharun. Example, ahad ashara, isna ashara, thalatha ashara, from 11 till tis'a ashara. Both parts of this phrase will always be maftuh, except numbers 12, isna ashara. So here, examples. We're going to there's more detailed explanation and exercises for the Murakkab al-Binai later in this book. So we're gonna be more clear with that later, inshallah. But for now, let's do this. Halat Rafa. Ja'a ahad ashara rajulan. So 11 men came. These are the fa'il. So Rafa. I saw maf'ul. Halat al-nasab. Ra'aytu ahad ashara rajulan. I saw 11 men. And these are majroor. Halat jar. Marartu bi ahad ashara rajulan. None of them changed. As for 12, its second part is always maftuh. Second part, like the ashara part. While the first part changes. Thus, in halat al-rafa, it is written as isna ashara, with an alif at the end of the first part. However, in halat al-nasab and halat al-jar, the first part is always given a ya in place of alif. So isnai ashara. Again, so it'll be ja ithna ashara rajulan. Ra'aytu ithnai ashara rajulan, and then marartu bi ithnai ashara rajulan. If you're not confused, if you are very well versed in this, send me some links where I can master the numbers. Numbers are still difficult for me. So the fifth type of murakkab naqis is al murakkabu mana as-sarf, indeclinable phrase. It is phrase in which two words are joined to form a single word. The first part of the phrase is always maftuh. Always it's going to have fatha in it. The second part changes according to the amil. Basically, it will change according to the first part. Hadara mautun. It is the name of a region in Yemen. It is composed of the two words hadara and mautun. Hadara is a verb which means it became present. Hadarun, to be present. Mautun is a noun which means death. Thus, literally, hadara mautun means a place where death became present. Ba'ala bakun, two words. A citizen in Lebanon is composed of two words, ba'alun and bakun. So ba'ala, because it's the first part, it's going to be maftu. It becomes ba'ala, and bakun. Ba'alun was the name of an idol, and Bakka was the name of the king. The above mentioned various types of phrases in complete sentence are part of it. The above mentioned various types of phrases in complete sentence form part of a complete sentence. Of course, any phrase is, if you take it further, it becomes a complete sentence. Any jumlatul ghayr mufid or jumlatul naqis, if you add proper ending to it, then it becomes a jumla or jumlatul mufid, or complete sentence. Example: this trustworthy. Okay, rabiha tajiru al aminu. Again, rabiha tajiru al aminu. This is the al aminu is the sifa of the mawsuf, which is the fa'il also. So the trustworthy trader gained profit. This is fa'il. So this is a complete sentence. Jumlatul fi'liyatu khabriyatun. Example to okay. Kullu fa'ilin, because it's because of this amil, this is going to be majroor. So kullu fa'ilin marfu'un. Every fa'il is marfu' in halat rafa. Kullu fa'ilin marfu'un. Kullu maf'ulin, again because of kullu, it's getting this majroor halat, the kasras, mudaf and mudaf ilay. These are also rules. So every fa'il is marfu. For example, kataba zaidun. So zaidun is the fa'il, and fa'il is marfu, and marfu is in halat marfu. You're going to have zaidun or the damas. Both of these are khabr. Kullu maf'ulin mansubun. And every maf'ul is mansub. Jumlatul ismiyatu khabriyatu. Why they are jumlatul ismiyatu? Because they start off with noun and not a fi'l. Ism, not with fi'l. Example 3. Ishtaraitu. It is a fi'l with its fa'il, embedded in it. Ishtaraitu, I bought. Hadha, this is ismul ishara, and al-kitaba musharu ilay. So together they form maf'ul. Ishtaraitu hadha al-kitaba, the ending. And this is also, but then this is not jumlatul ismiyah, this is jumlatul fi'liyatu khabriyatu. Example 4. جاء again فعل جاء 14 رجلا. These are فاعل. 14 men came. جملة الفعلية خبرية جاء starts off with فعل. هذه this is جملة الاسمية starts off with a اسم. هذه بعل بك this مبتدا خبر. This is بعل بك. Exercise. Translate, fill in the Arab and analyze the following phrases. Number 1. سيارة الرجل. So it means the car of the man. سيارة الرجل. Number 2. 14. Number 3. باب فصل المدرسة. So babu, this thing here will be dhamma. Fasli, this will be kasra, and madrasati will also kasra. So and the translation is 14. Again, number 2 was 14, and number 3 is the door of the room of the madrasa. The door of the room of the school madrasa. قلم الرجل الطويل. Again, this could be both of them, although it makes sense if you say قلم الرجل الطويل, the pen of the tall man, versus if you say the tall pen of the man, you could say قلم الرجل الطويل. So if you put طويل over here, if you put a dhamma here, then it will be a sifa of the qalam. If you put tawili, a kasra over here, it will be a sifa of the man. Number 5. Al-waradatu al-jamilatu. Al-waradatu al-jamilatu. So sifa, this thing, the second part is jamilatu is beautiful. This is sifa, and al-waradatu is mawsuf. I don't know the meaning of waradatu at this point, but they're matching in all 4 aspects. Arab, it's gonna be dhamma here and dhamma here, and both of them are feminine, and both of them are singular. And 4th was both of them are ma'rifah because they have alif lam. Number 5. Qalamun rakhisun. This is a complete sentence. This qalamun, a pen, rakhisun, cheap, a cheap pen. I think rakhisun means cheap. Number 7. Ma'ada yakribu. I think this is the mana saraf, two words that form a phrase, like ba'ala bakkun. So I think it's ma'ada yakribu. I may be incorrect in this one. And 8. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ. This is from the ayah in the beginning of Surah Baqarah. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ. This is ismul ishara, and this is musharu ilay. What is the difference between the following sentences? So غلام فاعل, غلام عاقل, a intelligent servant or a intelligent boy, versus غلام عاقل, the servant or the boy of an intelligent person. هذه تفاحة. This is an apple. هذه التفاحة. This apple. So this is an apple versus this apple. Number 3. نافذة السيارة الكبيرة. Because it has the dhamma, this automatically means is describing the because this the sifa has the dhamma, this is describing the mudaf. So nafidatun السيارة الكبيرة. The نافذة, I think it means window. The big window of the car. Versus نافذة السيارة الكبيرة, the window of the big car. So the big window of the car versus the window of the big car, because here we have kasra, and kasra is the sifa of sayarati, because this is in halat majroor. Number 4, الثوب نظيف. The cloth, or the cloth is clean versus الثوب النظيف, the clean cloth. The cloth is clean versus the clean cloth. Correct the following and state the reason. Number 3, corrected. waladun al-qabih. They're not matching. These are sifa and mawsuf, and one of the conditions is that both of their modified nakira state has to match. So it should be al-waladul qabihu or waladun qabihun. Number 2, ar-rajulani at-tawilu. Again, one of the other conditions that of the sifa and the al-murakkab tawsifi is that their singular dual, and either number, singular dual or the plural state also must match. So it should be ar-rajulani at-tawilani or ar-rajulu at-tawilu. So it's going to be the correct would be ar-rajulani at-tawilani, ar-rajulani at-tawilani. Number 3, al-muallimu al-madrasati. And one of the conditions of murakkab izafi is that the mudaf can never be tanween, or it can never have alif lam. So the possessed object can never have alif lam or tanween. So it's going to be muallimul madrasati, the teacher of the school. Or if we take it to a different route, it could be al-muallimul madrasatu. No, it doesn't really make sense, so we're gonna leave it like that. Muallimul madrasati. Number 4, from 11 to 19 in Arabic, they should be like this. Number 4, translate, fill in the i'rab, and analyze the following. Okay, babu fasli qiyami. Let's do this. So babu, this is a dhamma, so let's call that dhamma. Babu fasli qiyami laylatil qadri. All of these are going to be kasra, and this is the only dhamma here. So the door of the babu fazli. Okay, so babu fadli qiyami laylatil qadri. Babu, I think, is chapter of the benefits, the fazilat of qiyam, standing in the night of the qadr. So that's the end of page 13, and that's it for now. I'll see you guys next time, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.